I was there before the sun, when frost still clung to the gallows like death itself. They carved me from hemp, twisted me into judgment, and called it justice. I didn't ask to be part of history, but history slid its neck through me anyway. He climbed those wooden steps with no fear. None. Just a fire in his eyes and a Bible in his hand. The crowd came to see a traitor, but I felt it. The weight of a man who believed in something so fierce he was willing to die standing on it. He wasn't always fire. Once, he was a man of faith. He whispered to God in silence, but silence never saved the slave.
They wanted prayers. I gave them prophecy. They wanted patience. I gave them warning. I watched men buy children and call it business. I watched churches bless the whip and call it scripture. So I stopped watching. I picked up the Bible and a rifle, one in each hand, and I dared God to tell me which to put down.
That was the day the man died, and the soldier was born. His war wasn't coming. He was already in it.
The law bowed to the slaver. The preacher kissed the chain. And so I broke both. In Kansas, I stopped praying. I started striking. We dragged them from their beds, laid their sins bare in the mud. They called it murder. I called it warning. The South took slaves. I took head. They thought Kansas was just land. I saw graves waiting to be filled. My sons, they followed me. Not because I was righteous, but because I was ready. Ready to bleed, so others wouldn't. I did not enjoy the killing. I endured it. I stood ankle deep in blood, and still heard the cries from across the river. Freedom doesn't come gently, and peace never came for them. So I came with fire. I knew they would call me a butcher, but I never swung a lash. I never sold a soul. I did what this country was too scared to do, fight for freedom, with force. Kansas was just the rehearsal. The main act was coming. I wasn't done. Not until the shackles were shattered. Not until the system burned. I came to free the enslaved, not by whispering, but by breaking chains with thunder. Harper's Ferry was never meant to hold. It was meant to explode. 22 men, 2 days. One idea, that freedom could be claimed, not begged for. The state called it treason. The South called it terrorism. But I called it necessary. The bullets came before the sunrise. I watched my sons fall. One called my name. The other died silent. I bled in the dust of the engine house, my body broken, but my spirit unbent. You don't need armies when truth is on your side. And I still had that.
They called him a traitor, but I knew better. I didn't hang a madman. I carried the weight of a man who saw America's soul and screamed. His blood hit the earth, and the ground hasn't stopped shaking since. Was he a terrorist? Or the first man brave enough to say, "If blood must flow, let it be for freedom"?